Hey, friends, good to see you. It's Thursday. That means it's time for the Tarot Topics newsletter recap. Do you get the Tarot Topics newsletter in your inbox every Wednesday? If not, why the heck not? There's a link in the description to go to my website, subscribe. You can read the weekly newsletter. My name's Christiana Gaudet. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother, and I'm so happy to see all of you here today. I want to start out by saying a big thank you to Michelle in Canada, for starting us off with a super sticker. I really appreciate that. Also, of course, a shout out to our members and moderators. And if you're here for the first time, you need to subscribe in order to chat. So do that, because we'd love to chat with you. So, most of you know, Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter comes out every week. I do a different topic every week. So whole long story here. Last week, the newsletter came out on Valentine's Day, February 14th. So, of course, I was going to write about Valentine's Day. But John noticed, as he's helping me put it together, that it was Volume 7, Issue 7. 7 and 7 is 14. It came out on the 14th. John is not a numerologist. But he noticed this, and I didn't. And I was sort of like, man, maybe I would have done the newsletter on the power of the number 7 and just ignored Valentine's Day, just given the numerology there. So, of course, the following week, I go to do the newsletter. What am I going to write about? And I see it is Volume 7, Issue 8. 7, 8. Well, you can't see 7, 8 and not think about the 78 cards of tarot. And then I realized I have been doing this newsletter formally for 7 years and informally for many years prior, and never once have I dedicated the Tarot Topics newsletter to the topic of tarot. So this week, the newsletter is about tarot. The main article is about how to find a good tarot reader, how to be a good tarot reader. There's also an article on tarot magic and an article on learning tarot, how to learn tarot. So there's a whole bunch there. If you haven't read it, please do. I think you'll enjoy it. So today, I want to do questions. It can be any questions about tarot or any questions for tarot. I will read on anything and I will answer any questions I can about tarot. And it can be questions to be answered with tarot or just from my own knowledge and experience, whatever works for you. All right. So now let's see what I can do here. Let's see if I can do this. I got it. Okay. And you can see I'm being lazy, so I'm just working with my Smith-Waite Centennial once again, because I'm being lazy. It's a fact. All right. I will take these in the order on which I see them. And the first question is Michelle in Canada. And again, thank you for the super chat, really the super sticker, really appreciate it. What does tarot think you need to know right now? Well, let's find out. All right. So, what do you need to know right now that you can enjoy your family and keep the boundaries on yourself and them that allow you to still be you and also enjoy what is good about your family? That's one thing. And another, that you are actually moving your life forward in a good way. All right. Mediha Ness, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. All right. My sun year has started more like the moon year than my moon year was. How can I bring in the sun? I've been getting the judgment card. Why does this scare me more than the Tower card? And thank you for using members only emojis. Well, judgment is hard. It can be scary because it can be an ending of something, but it's also asking you to look at yourself and look at your life and really give a hard look to things. So how can you bring in the sun more? Oh, the moon. How can you bring in the sun more? The moon. That's hilarious. Honestly, right now, you just kind of have to get through the things you have to get through, and you are getting through them. How can you allow the sun, the energy of the sun, to be with you in moments of creativity, in moments of enjoying nature, and in moments of silliness? You probably need a lot more silliness. And what about the Judgment card? I think Judgment is actually offering you an opportunity to put some things in the past and start a new chapter. And I think that scares you because as much as you want change, change is scary. All right. Oh, Melissa, I see you just added your question. So when I get to you, I'll get it in then. All right. And so good to see all of you. Justine, glad you're here. Thanks for being a member and a moderator. Caroline McLaughlin, thank you for being here. Thanks for being a member. Ben Lieber does tarot. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member and a moderator. Okay, here we go. While I feel I am a good reader, I also want to improve and grow. Same, we all do, right? We should all want to. What advice would the tarot give me? What advice would the tarot give me as where I could do better or what I could focus on so I could improve my skill and what I can offer? Yeah, Ness, more moon in your sun. There it is, right? Okay, so Ben, right now, because we always want to be learning and growing, right? We always want to be improving our skills. There's never a time when we're going to just sit and say, I have enough skills, right? We're always growing, all of us, you, me, all of us. So for you, for right now, where could you do better as a reader? I think simply in believing in yourself, trusting yourself, promoting yourself, just recognizing that you're good at it, that would help. Confidence, that's the word, confidence. And what can you focus on to improve your skill? Anytime you think, I can't do that with tarot. Tarot doesn't do that. I can't do that with tarot. Or I can't, anytime you think there's a limitation, try to push past it and find the way that you can do it. Okay, Justine, once again, thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. Tarot question, but it's also just a curiosity question. And so if anyone has thoughts they want to share, good. I believe the general consensus for tarotists and readers out there is that we use our cards to gain knowledge, understanding, and perspective on some facet of our lives or current experience. Fair. I feel that most of us would agree we should aim not to be relying on the cards to make any decisions for us. It's important that we each recognize our own power, free will, and self-determination versus depending on the cards to tell us if some course of action is a good or bad idea to act on. This, I think, most of us would agree on, but a question, and I'm going to speak to that question. I'm going to say the cards can certainly be a factor. I don't think the cards should ever be the only decision-making. Like if everything else is pointing in this direction and the cards are pointing in another direction, you're going to want to look at why that is, why that disconnect. And that's going to be important information. But the bottom line is, that the cards can help inform us, but are not the only source of information, from my perspective. But what I'm curious about to know from you or anyone, personally or professionally, if your practice involves checking in with the cards on whether or not a certain course of action is advisable or not, is there ever a circumstance or situation where you would actively go against what the cards are advising you to do? Story time. And the answer, heck yes, absolutely, and of course. And the one that you're going to find funniest was StarCon. When I got a bee in my bonnet and decided, I've wanted to host a conference for years. Decades. I've wanted to host a conference. And I talked myself out of it because it's not necessarily the smartest thing to do. It takes a lot of time, a lot of energy. It's a lot, but I always wanted to do it. So finally, I talked myself into it, and I talked IT John into it, and we were going to do it. And we had this great group of people here mostly in South Florida, supporting and thinking this is a great idea as well. And so, of course, I pull cards on it, and I get the tower. And what did I do? I started the conference. Now, what did the tower tell me? Well, COVID. It was a bad time to start a conference, but I did it, and we've become the world's first and only multi-track hybrid tarot and divination conference. So the cards told me, did the cards tell me not to do it? No. They told me it would be a shit show. And the tower is a shit show, but it's an enlightening shit show that opens up to other things. So I think a reader could look at that and say, oh God, no, don't do that. But I was like, okay, no, I'm walking right into it and I'm doing it, and I'm glad I did. So there's my story. I'd love to see other people's stories about that. And, there are many times. And in fact, here's another one. Donald Michael Craig. If you've never read a book by Donald Michael Craig, you should. He was fabulous. He is no longer living, unfortunately. But he was in the pagan world and the tarot world, probably better known in the pagan world than the tarot world, but both. And he had this thing about magic where anytime you're about to do some magic, you should do a divination first to see if it's advisable and to see what the outcome would be. But then he would always joke and say, and whatever the divination says, if you've got it in your head to do the magic, you're probably going to do the magic anyway. So let the divination guide you for adjustment. And that's the thing. And I think this is really smart. There are times the cards are going to be like, no, under no circumstances should you do this. But most of the time, the cards will ring in on do it this way or do it that way or whatever. But if you decide to do what you're going to do, use the cards that you got to tell you what to prepare for. What did the tower tell me to prepare for? The unexpected. And, COVID was relatively unexpected. So don't be so much about hard yes, hard no, should I or should I not. We can look at what the outcome will be. What do we do with the energy? But I always loved it that Don would say, do the divination, but then you're going to do the magic no matter what the divination says. And we all know that. So there's my thought on that. All right, let me go back to Card Cam. And I'm getting so much love for StarCon. That's fabulous. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Okay, very good. So, Adriana, good to see you. Today's topic is tarot. So, whatever. And here's your question. You figured it out. And now I've just over-scrolled. Hang on a minute. Oh, good, Justine. Good. Glad that's helpful. Okay. Adriana Roy, on a scale of 1 to 10, how's my rating as a tarot reader? Can I involve money in it? Okay, let's see. Are you ready to be a professional reader? Obviously, as a side hustle, I know you've got a great career. Okay, let's see. You can always learn, you can always study. I don't know that you're ready to hang a shingle and advertise. How are you as a reader? I think you are good. I think you're psychically very connected. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to say, yeah, no, we're not doing that. It depends on the day. It depends on the client. It depends on the reading. But you are good. You are good. Are you charge money good? I think you're getting there. What can you do to get there? More practice, more practice, more practice, and more journaling, and looking at, okay, this is what I interpreted. This is the cards that came up. This is what I interpreted. This is what actually happened. So you can learn how the cards are speaking to you. I think you're close. I think you're getting really ready. And I think if you're reading for a friend and a friend offers to pay you, you should take it. You don't necessarily have to suggest payment, but you can take it if they offer. Peggy Lulavan, StarCon is no shit show. It's the best. Right. Thank you. You're right. You're absolutely right. But having to go from, we are just a normal conference in a hotel, to, oh, no, wait, now we're all online, to, okay, now we're going to be a hybrid conference. I mean, the back end on that, yeah, not for the faint of heart. And thank you. It is the best. It absolutely is. Okay. And Ben, nice response to Justine. Very good. So Melissa, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. Thanks for using members only emojis. During my recent yoga retreat, 2 of the local Chilean women had their tarot decks. Man, I love the intersection of yoga and tarot. Speaking of which, we are on track to have yoga classes at StarCon 5. Just saying. Anyway. So yeah, there is this great intersection of yoga and tarot, just saying. So you had your mini Lightseers deck, nice to be amongst your people. I know, right? That feels so good. So your question is, what does tarot want me to know or take away from that yoga retreat? Let's take a look. What am I going to do with this? Here it is. And if anyone wants to ask me, I'll tell you. You don't even have to ask. I'm going to give you the reading, and then I'll tell you how I got the reading from this. I think that retreat, like going to a whole other country, doing yoga and tarot, these 2 things that are like so sacred and culturally have very little connection, but seem to be connecting in the US and Chile and all kinds of places. The world is so much bigger than what you were taught it would be and could be. And you do a job where you literally travel the world, but it is within this very specific world, if you will. And you function within that world very well, but you don't love it. This retreat was kind of pivotal, and I think this retreat on the heels of StarCon, too, pivotal. And it is you finding your confidence to be who you are fully in the world, and finding the places where you can be who you are fully in the world. How did I do that? Well, all of this is how I know Melissa to be as she moves around the world. She moves with confidence. She has a great job. She makes decent money. She's well respected. But I also know that none of that is entirely giving her fulfillment. And so then she goes to a yoga retreat in Chile and meets other people there doing tarot, and it brings up this whole sense of fulfillment. So the message is, you can have it all. You can have it all, and you can be it all. All right. Justine, wait till you see. Wait till you see, Justine. All y'all StarCon people, I'm sitting on a secret right now. I can't announce until papers are signed. But wait till you see what we have for you for StarCon 5. Wait till you see. Justine, you are not wrong. You are not wrong. It's going to be, StarCon 5 is going to be even more lit for the online people and the in-person people. We have found some fixes to problems, and I have some things I'll be announcing very, very, very soon, and I cannot wait. All right. All right, Barbie Bird, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. In what areas of my life, more than others, could I use my tarot deck more often for guidance? Let me just sit in how good that question feels. Oh, thank you. That's so good. Also looking for a general message Tarot and Spirit may have for me. Perfect. All right. In what area or areas of your life could you use your tarot more often for guidance? When you are feeling like things are not going your way, when you are feeling like the universe is not on your side, I think you can use the cards to help you find patience, understanding, or help you understand like why the yucky thing happens so the good thing can happen. That kind of thing. New perspective, different perspective. We all know that, but specific. It feels specific in this way. And I want to say in deeper development, I think you really want to do deeper development spiritually, psychically, and mediumship. And I think tarot can help you with all of that. All right. And a general message. Yes, you can do all of those things. The problem is you underestimate your ability to work with the cards, and you underestimate your natural psychic ability. Barbie Bird, I should ask my questions from a different angle. There you go. Melissa, spot on. I got very emotional observing the family who hosted and how they interacted with us and supported their 4 kids. It made me yearn for a different childhood, but was also grateful to experience that kind of support. Yeah, and that King of Pentacles reversed really did sort of reek of that patriarchy situation. All right. Okay. Rose, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I've read tarot with an emphasis on spiritual and emotional aspects. How do I also include the practical and actionable in my tarot readings? Mirroring my life, the practical is a blank, right? And let's see, I have some practical advice for you, but let's see what the cards say as well. The cards suggest that we do exactly what I was going to say, is try bringing it in decision making to do A or B, and then it's simply one card for A and one card for B, and you weigh out like which feels better. In this case, B feels better than A, which feels better. So try it that way to help you with decision making. See where that can go. Okay, and so Justine, for a reading, any feedback my guides want to give me on the use of my cards lately, or suggest how I can be more proactive or productive with my use of the cards. All right. Yeah. I think for a while there, the cards were your only friends. And I mean, not really, but it sort of felt that way, and that became a problem. I almost think that you need to use the cards in study, certainly, for fun with your friends or whatever. And in more sort of, I'm going to say more spiritual questions. What do I need to contemplate? What do I need to think about? And I know in your mundane life you have a lot going on, but I would say trying to use the cards to help you in your mundane life right now, no. Because it's too much. There are times we put the cards away. I've told you that story too. Here it comes. Okay, Justine has now sparked story time number 2 about the time I put the cards away. I wasn't a professional reader at this point. I could have been, but I wasn't. What I was pregnant. And the person who was the father of the child, father of my son, who is in his 30s now, we were together as a couple and we're like planning a life together and all of that. And I knew it wasn't right. And every time I did a reading about it, the devil came up. That's all it ever was. The devil. And I knew, it wasn't right. But it would take another 2 years. My son was almost 2 when I finally left that relationship. And I put the cards away because I knew, I didn't want to know. I knew the cards weren't going to tell me any different, and it wasn't helpful to my process at that time. So there are times you put the cards away. And okay, hang on. Let me go back. Okay. And back to the cards being your only friend. Justine, no, they are. That's not so funny. It's the truth. At least it feels that way lately. And then Ben says, hey, I'm your friend too, right? Carolyn B., good to see you. I've put the cards away for a couple of years once. Yes, sometimes you do, or at least put them away for yourself. Like if you're a professional reader and you have clients that depend on you and you depend on your clients, you can't put your cards away, but you can put them away for yourself for a little while. Sometimes that matters. Okay. And then when you come back to them, it's like so good. That's also so good. All right, Julie. Any advice for me about my spiritual journey? Oh, Rose, thank you for that feedback. Perfect. Okay, Julie, advice on your spiritual journey. Okay. Yes, work with your ancestors. Seriously, work. Excuse me. If you can go to a place where your ancestors came from, that would be so cool. If you can't, that's okay, but work with your ancestors. Okay, Peggy Lou Levens, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. What does Tara want me to know right now and focus on? Okay. Peggy Lou. Focus on your creativity. Focus on healing, focus on creativity, focus on meditation, and focus on honing your skills. All right. Justine, it's hard. It's like I'm trying to wean off an addiction. No, facts. Psychic addiction is very real and we can do it too. I've done it with the cards. I used to be really, really addicted to very anxiety prone readings. And I promise you, you can wean off that and still keep the cards in your life. No problem. It's okay. That's normal. It happens to us. All right. Okay. Here we go. Joyous Ocean, you are next. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. You do not need to apologize to the cards. I just overscrolled and saw that. Okay. Yoga and African dance. Damn straight, Joyce Ocean. Yeah, we're making it happen. Yeah. Okay. Here it is. What does Tara want me to know about my joint health and in general? I already had my physical, and the doc says I'm a picture of health, but my joints have been super achy. Oh, no. No. Okay. I'm not a doctor. I can't make a diagnosis. I'm glad you've seen the doctor. I feel like there might be a barometric pressure weather issue going on, and as the weather changes, it might be better. I wonder if you could drink more water. Yeah, I'm thinking drink more water and weather is a thing. There's also something on a metaphysical level around flexibility, where you've been too flexible and where you've been not flexible enough and what you can do about that. So think about that. I think that's a big message. All right. Well, Joyous Ocean, with that reaction, I'm not going to feel bad about asking you to come back and present at StarCon next year. Good. Good, 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 good. Yeah, Joyous Ocean, that's why I left the Northeast. That's why I live in Florida, which has become its own kind of hellscape. But, yeah, there it is. All right. All right. Oh, there. Okay, good. Okay. Who is next? Oh, this is a good, I love this. I want everyone to hear this from Ness. I feel like looking at the cards for the future is like role-playing the future to see how we feel about certain outcomes. That is so freaking brilliant. Oh my gosh, I love that. That's so good. Vaishali, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. How can I improve my studies for my upcoming exams? I keep going very slowly and time is less. My exams are on April 2nd. Right, and I know you're going for a big deal thing, a high education. I understand that. So, how can you improve your studies? You got to get your emotion out of it. You've got trauma here. You've got emotional trauma around either not feeling smart or test-taking anxiety or things that have happened in the past around education. You got to get the emotion out of it. You worry that you've got imposter syndrome going on here in some ways. I think you really worry that you're not up to the task. And truth sticks coming out. I guarantee you that you are. Know that you are up to this task. You can do this. You just need to know it. All right. Okay. Oh, this is good. Back to Melissa's yoga retreat and the Three of Pentacles reversed, or all three Pentacles reversed. The yoga retreat gave you all the things money can't buy. Oh, that's so good. So good. Okay. Oh, Vaishali, since the topic is tarot today, I want to know if you have made a tarot deck by yourself. Can anyone create their own tarot decks and with whatever the number of cards can be? So technically, if it's a tarot deck, we're looking at 78 cards, right? You could add a couple of cards. You could take a couple of cards away, but 78. Now, you could make an oracle deck of any number. Have I ever created a deck? I have not. Can you? Yes. You can make a deck for your own use. You can also make a deck for publication. You can do independent publication, or you can submit your deck for publication to one of the publishers. Okay. And no, I have not. I can't draw a stick figure. I need an artist. I need an artist who is willing to collaborate with me on a deck. And it's something that I will do in the next 10 years, I believe. All right. Now, Kimmy's Divination Station, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I love your comments. So grateful to have experienced StarCon and met you all. I needed this community. Well, and we needed you. Um, what does the universe want me to know? I don't know if this is past or present or past and present, but I'm betting it is past and present. An energy where something is not really your fault, but someone around you wants to put the blame on you and you take it. I think that might have kind of happened in your childhood, and now it happens in your life, maybe a lot. And so I just want you to know that you're taking heat, you're taking the blame, you're feeling guilty for things that are not your fault. And now I'm looking for the Dead lyric that would go with that. And there would be so many, but I can't think of one that really hits it. But if I do, I'll let you know. What art style are you imagining for my tarot deck? I don't really have such a thing. Why? You interested? You want to talk? You want to collaborate? I'm so down. I'm so down. Trey, I'm really good at drawing stick figures. That's where my artistic talent ends, though. Okay. Oh, Kimmy, more on this topic. What kind of deck or divination tool would be most beneficial to me now? All of them, any of them, because you're the tool, really. And I don't mean that like you're a tool. You're a tool. No, I mean, it's all about developing you. So whatever feels good, it's all good for you. Okay. Caroline McLaughlin, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. May I ask the cards if there's any message to help my husband through the medical issue he's facing at the moment? I am so sorry this is happening, Caroline. So sorry. Yeah. Knowledge is power. Do not be afraid of knowledge. And keep looking for information. Like if you feel like the treatment plan or the information you're getting is not good, go to other professionals, get second opinions as much as you can. Hang in there. There is a battle to be fought here, but it's worth fighting. Okay, hang on. I just overscrolled. Here we go. DH, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Glad you're here. What does tarot want you to focus on right now? Your own happiness. Whatever it is that's going to make you feel happy, whatever it is that's going to make you feel like you are living your authentic life, that's what you need to focus on. Trey Cameron, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. How can I improve as a reader? Where does my intuition best shine? I've had some mediumistic experiences in the past. I bet you have. That doesn't surprise me even a little bit. Okay. I think you improve as a reader just by practicing, continuing to practice. And I think you can absolutely do mediumship work, and ancestral work. And I think you could be a really good all-round reader. You really could. You've got a lot of compassion. You've got a lot of skill. You've got a lot of intelligence. You've got a lot of juice. So, all of it. Lily, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Love your readings. Well, thank you. Does tarot have a message for me? Yes, absolutely. And the message is be open to change, be open to growth, be open to new chapters in your life. And it is important for you as much as possible to be in control of the things that you can control. And the things you can't control, trust yourself to get through it. Okay. Oh, Betty, good to see you. Yes, I shall. Oh, and that goes back to Donald Michael Craig. I was telling you Donald Michael Craig's story earlier. And when I talk with you about Haru, yeah, okay, good. Okay, Vaishali, I've seen some tarot readers make their own cards just by writing some messages on a piece of paper. And also some of them just write song lyrics. You could do that. It's an oracle deck, not a tarot deck, unless they have connected each one of those to each one of the tarot archetypes. It's not a tarot deck, but an oracle deck. Catherine Pham, so good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in a long time. You're up next. Kimmy's Divination Station. Once in a while, you get shown the light in the strangest of places if you look at it right. That'll work. But there's something more. Catherine, you are next. There's something more, Kimmy, because in letting people make you less, there's something about needing to make yourself more. And so I'm going to go to let it grow. To listen to the thunder shout, I am, and recognize what it is just to be, and your right to be. Unharassed. Your right to be unharassed. Okay, Catherine, thanks for your patience. I don't think I'm very creative or an out-of-the-box thinker. Do you have any advice on how I can improve as a tarot reader? Well, I think you're a very solid reader. I think you second guess yourself a lot. And I think sometimes it causes you anxiety. And here's the thing. Because you never want to say something to yourself or to someone else that could be harmful. So I would say there are some skills about learning how to say things that offer opportunities rather than, like you very much do not want to do harm. Like that's very, very, very clear. So I think learning the practical skills of how to say things when to yourself or to others, when the cards are difficult, when the cards are not what you would have preferred, so that you really get the healing value of the message no matter what. And honestly, Catherine, like where you are lacking, like I wouldn't look at you and say, oh, well, you really are lacking. But you know what else you could do? You could do better about creating sacred space in which to do the reading. So before you do the reading, to prepare for the reading, maybe a little better, calling in the energies, and that might help as well. Okay. Yes, Trey, I do associate judgment with mediumship. Yes, I do. And also the Page of Cups. I know that's the oddest thing, but I do. Oh, Caroline. You have just confirmed my innermost thoughts and feelings. Good. Okay. So the Angel of Tarot is Haru. It's spelled H-R-U. And I learned about this from Donald Michael Craig at my very first tarot conference, where he did this amazing chanting and he invoked Haru to the tarot deck to do the reading. It was like so powerful. It's this Golden Dawn thing. And it was so good and so powerful. But that's all I really know. So there's that. Oh, Kimmy. Okay, good. Got it. Okay. But yes, so the Golden Dawn decided that the Angel Haru, HRU, presides over tarot. And so you can do an invocation before you do the reading, asking Haru to guide the reading. That's pretty much all I know, but it's cool, right? Okay, and thanks for asking, Betty. I appreciate it. And thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. We appreciate you. And thanks for sending me that. Okay, next, if we can double dip into tarot reading questions, how should readers with my experience level handle querents not wanting to share their question? You know, that's totally up to you. It is, okay, it is perfectly okay to just say, you know what, the way I work or where I am with my skill level, I can't do this unless you want to make this be a conversation. If you're willing to have a conversation with me and the cards, we can do this. If you're not, I'm just not there. I can't do it. And some readers are never there. Like there are readers with years and years and years of experience who will not handle a reading without a specific question. So some of it may be skill level, but some of it may just be personal preference. All right. Oh, Vaishali, thanks for making me understand the difference between tarot cards and oracle cards. Yep, there you go. Got it. Okay. Oh, Caroline McLaughlin, so much love for you in this community, and then a very generous super sticker. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you, and thank you for being a member. All right. From my perspective, I've gotten to the end. Did I skip anyone? If I did, please let me know. I will be, please let me know. I will be happy to answer your question. I will be back tomorrow with the Friday Weekly Wrap-Up. And of course, members, remember that we have a members-only live stream on Leap Day, February 29th. I'm really looking forward to that. And let's see, anything else I wanted to say? I don't think so. Subscribe to the newsletter, read the newsletter. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you all so much for thank you all so much for being here, for supporting me. Thanks for the good stuff about StarCon. Just backing up for a minute. Ness, I think I need to better express that I'm not a judgmental person. I'm personally scared of judgment. So, you know, the judgment card is so interesting because people can talk about it as like being judgmental of others, and you can play with it that way. Although historically, there's not a lot of connection that way. So it's an interesting thing. You know, it's an interesting question. Oh, Jackie Masters, good to see you. Let me go back to CardCam. How can I use the cards better? Have fun with them. Have fun with them. You can use them more often and have more fun with them. That's pretty much it. Make time, have fun, enjoy. The more you do, the more you'll get out of it. Seriously. Yes, you did, Jackie. You just managed. Very good. All right. So now, anybody else? Did I miss anybody else? All right. My friends, I want to thank you so much. Of course, I am available for readings. Go ahead and book a reading if you like. And I really appreciate all of you. Real thanks to the members, the moderators, to all of you. Thanks for your support of StarCon. Big StarCon announcement coming shortly, so be on the lookout for that. And I will look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate you.